everybody. It's Nate, aka Crash, and you're listening to the KANU Chronicles. Welcome to the KANU Solocast podcast, and it is episode 230, guys. So I'm just jumping into it. We are on a Monday morning. If you've been listening, you're listening probably to the most recent, which is 229. Dropped it on a Saturday night, different for a change. I know I told you guys, the schedule's going to be a little different. Just for, it's pretty much going to be this week. And then that's it. It's going to be back to normal pretty quickly here. I'm not going to be messing with it like that. And if I did, I'll tell you, I'll just make a straight up change, but that's not really the plan. The plan is actually to do more. I'm going to offer more and everything in this new 2020. I gotta step up a lot. I got a lot to step up on. So that's where I'm at in my head. But right now, just gonna keep it going here. Sorry, I'm just obviously, as usual, I'm on my way to the job. Just giving you a kind of odd top of the head type style, not like, I'm not sitting there doing tons of preparation. Well, I do some preparation actually, just by what I consume and kind of regurgitate is basically what I'm doing. Isn't that basically what it is? If you research, you're doing the same thing. It's just maybe there's a more focused research or whatever. But I don't quite do it that way. But what I give you, if you haven't listened, if you're a new listener, I definitely pretty kind of sports heavy at this point. You could say that about this podcast. But I do like to sway to different topics, music. I like to pretty much things away from politics and news for the most part, but I will get into it here and there. I want to make it more, I like keeping it more positive and chill, and I have the music going on. So, just something you guys could chill to. Maybe, you could just have me on. You don't maybe have to focus on everything I'm saying. But, just kind of leisure in a way, leisure talk. Yeah, so that's kind of what it is a lot of times. And then, of course, at times I do have guests. I plan to have more. I'm sorry if you've looked forward to that or you missed some things. If you've listened for a long time, some of the shows, me and Broski or me and DJ Be Easy, which I really, we got to get together. We've been trying here and there. It's just, our schedules, but it's on me more so, really. I think we could do it just fine. I've just been adjusting to things myself. So, and also, I've been getting my equipment together, to have a more professional podcast, if you want to call it. But so just things like that in the background. But you guys have listened, you kind of know that already. I've talked about it. But trying to think here. Okay, they got me stuck. Sorry, I was going to go a different direction, but that's okay. Oh man. Let's jump right into the football week. Oh, actually, before all that, guys, let me get it out of the way. So, if you want to follow me on Twitter, you could find me at KANU Chronicles on Twitter. And also, you could find me on Instagram at GRTN8. That's Great Nate, GRTN8. Any of this stuff will be in the show notes. And also in the show notes, please use our sponsors if you can, or if you haven't used them already, which I don't see anything, so I would know. But it's okay. Check out the sponsors, Postmates, and also Robinhood, the Robinhood app, so you can get your stocks and start investing. It's really simple. You can get Bitcoin, a lot of different things. So check those out and sign up. You get some goodies with that, so everybody gets something. And also, while you're at it, check out ilovekanu.com. That's the letter I, LOVEKANU.com. And we have a shop there. We're going to be adding more stuff soon. And you could just check out the site overall, learn a little bit more about KANU and what's going on. More news will be dropped soon, some changes possibly too with the site, of course. Always got to keep it going, guys. But yeah, I appreciate any support you guys offer or give by, visiting or checking out things or buying things. That's really the best way. And hopefully soon I do plan to have some special episodes that you will be paying for to get access to. So I got to get into some of that. We got to want to get this podcast to generate some money, so that way I could do more and I could do even better podcasts, as we go along, which I'm continuing to bring. I'm gonna do it. I'm already doing it. I think I've stepped it up pretty well over some time, I will say, in my opinion. But you guys are the ultimate judge of all that. So, but I see by the numbers and everything else, I see improvement. So that tells me a lot in itself. If it wasn't, then I'd see the numbers falling. People aren't listening. It would be much different. So that's the good thing. Thank you for that. And I will keep these consistent as I have. And time to time, things like this will happen. Week might be a little off. Whatever. That's almost any podcast you listen to out there, except for a few that got a machine going on. But, we can make it more like that, especially if I could start driving revenue, which it's not an if, it will happen. Will happen really soon. Oh, so that's all out of the way. So you could check out all that good stuff. Back into what I was going to get into. So it's week 17 just wrapped up. We're all finished. There's no Monday Night Football as far as I know. Actually, I should probably check that out, but I think I'm pretty sure there's none. Almost be cool to have it finished on a Monday night, right? I don't know. I think it would be. But, that's okay too. Let me just double check here. I'm going to pull this up, guys. And while I'm doing that, we got some snow still in our local mountains here. I'm seeing some. It's not like it was initially, but man, it's there's still some there. Usually, we do get it, obviously, but seeing it sometimes at the closer mountains, it's not that often. So it's pretty cool event getting this snow. Let's see here. A lot of cold weather out here for here. Yeah, that's it, guys. That's it. There is no Monday night. I know, I'm just being extra. Pretty sure it wasn't, but I was like, let me just double check. But, no Monday night. So, got to wrap it up. So, as you know, I am a Steeler fan. Always going to talk about them. But this week, it's nothing else, man. That's it. No more fucking games. The Titans won. So, even if we won, it wouldn't have mattered. And, that's how it goes, man. That's how it goes. It was a bad game for us overall, really. It wasn't, if you missed it, it was like, good. Because I felt robbed of time a little bit, to the fact I bothered. But, what are you going to do? If you're going to be a real fan, you got to go ahead and go down with it. So, but kudos to the Ravens on an excellent season, looking very strong. I definitely wouldn't want to face that team, especially that was their backup team. Robert Griffin looked great, man. He didn't have to do a ton of stuff, but he did a lot, and they just look really good. He looks really in a mindset to be a part of that team, you could tell. And why wouldn't you be excited, man? You're on a really good squad. Makes a big difference. Look at Tannehill. He did pretty good with the Dolphins, by the way. Not real good, but he won some games down there. I just don't think people got sold on him, and obviously they weren't trying to move in his direction, so it might not work out bad for them, though. The Dolphins finished on a high note, beating the Patriots in New England, which hasn't been done for some years now, since, I think they said 08? I think 2008 or something like that. Substantial time, we'll put it that way. Which, that's not unusual for a lot of teams. A lot of teams have that same number, when it comes to them and playing in their side of town or whatever. But yeah, I watched that game pretty good amount. Not the, I would say like a good quarter and a half type thing. So yeah, the Pats look rough. I mean, they hung with them, but that's crazy. You're hanging with the, the Dolphins, but the Dolphins look better than their record right there. So good for them. Good coaching. Hopefully they can start making some shit happen in these next few years, as all the teams hopefully should in that division. Let's switch it up. They've been so bad. So you got to have a couple teams start doing good. The Bills have. Bills didn't win yesterday. They lost, I think it was to the, was it to the Titans? No. The Titans beat Houston. That's right. They beat Houston. I don't know who the fucking Bills play. I'm not going to remember every game right now, guys, nor am I looking at a list. I have to pay attention to the road. It's a bit more important right now. Actually getting off an exit. Yeah, we're good. Yeah, I got this great little route to work now. It's like, I got another guy I work with. He's starting to use it too. He's like, man, I mean, this right now, it's great traffic, man. That's one thing the holidays for LA has always been great for, and it still is, but this time of year, everybody that can get out of town, they're whatever, for whatever reason, they leave. So you get a lighter drive around, or they're staying home, or they're just straight up at home. It's definitely a mix of both, I would imagine. But yeah, it's nice for a change, man. If it would be great. This city would really be like, wow, how cool if it just stayed like this. Have people to be remote from home, or maybe their hours are just more flexible. I think flexible hours for places should be the way to go if you can, but not everything can do that. I get it. You can't really operate business that way. Not really. I mean, you can, but you gotta, within reason. Oh, man. But, what was I gonna say? Yeah, so that's the end of the season for me. I'm just excited to get to these playoffs. We don't have to talk about anything. It's been great. I think it's been a good season. A lot of stuff came down to this last week, so it made it really fun. Now that Patriots don't have home field advantage or anything, they have to play the wild card, so they have to play Tennessee. So the team that's hot right now, and they're coming to New England. So I think people are trying to be wary. I mean, some people are going to be wary. A lot of people are going to jump on Tennessee, but I think you should. Why not? I wouldn't typically, but in this position, I think that Tennessee, I think they have a lot going for them, and I think they just have more, I don't know, I think their energy's in a really good spot. And, yeah, I don't know, man. I think they're excited. We'll see. They might, if they could get New England off balance, and whatever, and just really bring it to them. I mean, they'll be fine. So there's definitely wrinkles, chinks in the armor, or whatever fucking you want to say about New England. There's definitely some things going on there, and there's games to point to get that figured out. So I don't think Tennessee's going to have too much of a problem. And, yeah, we'll see, man. I hope it works out. Everybody, I think, is going to want that. Get them right out of there. No chance of getting back to the Super Bowl right now. And, yeah, we'll get some different teams in there, man. Because the Rams are sure not around, so that's another thing. So you don't have to worry about that. And then, maybe Green Bay will make it back. Maybe the Saints. Saints would be really I think their chances are fucking high, man. That team has been dominant. And the fucking 49ers, too. 49ers Saints, to me, should be the NFC championship, if you really want a good championship. And then the AFC, I'm going to say, for the championship, and AFC championship, probably the Ravens and the Titans wouldn't be bad. Yeah, or the Chiefs. The Chiefs, too. Ravens and Chiefs, something like that, yeah. So, either way, man, it's going to be, I like that there's going to definitely be some interesting possibilities. We'll see. That's what's good on this first round. The first round is the best with all the games, first, second. Yeah, it's pretty dope, and then it whittles down. But man, everything gets really real, man. That's the whole thing. Football does not fuck around. There is not a series, none of that shit. You just win or go home. That's it. Nothing else to say about it. Just like it is for the Steelers right now. That was it. And they were, they had no luck because they could win. They could have won and went home yesterday. It didn't matter. That's what was going to happen, because Tennessee, it wasn't going to change. Even if we won, they weren't going to lose. So they were determined in punch their ticket. So we had no choice in that matter. But definitely, if we finished on a win against the Ravens, that would have been obviously great. We would have been a little happier as fans. But I'm not mad, and I think a lot of fans get it too. You have to. You got to be an asshole not to. It's like, look how much we did considering. I mean, you have to look at that. It's legitimate. We already just came off losing Le'Veon Bell and AB, transitioning from that. Definitely have some guys, not like we don't, but it's a big drop. That's a bit of a drop. And then Connor, on top of that, doesn't have a healthy season. And we still make do. And then on top of the other, injuries that happen here and there, quarterback back and forth, we can't just go with one of these guys. We're just doing whatever we got to do. And in the process, we get one of them taken out for the season. Because let me tell you, had Mason been healthy yesterday, we would have pulled Hodges again. And, matter of fact, I think he would have just started, period, depending on how that game, the last game would have went. But I'm pretty sure, I think he would have finished just fine, even if we didn't win that last game, and Mason would have been probably the quarterback this week. But yeah, we were just in that position we had to do whatever we had to do. So, kudos to the coaching overall this year. I know there's people still there's people already giving them shit about the game yesterday. But it's like, I don't know what you want. It's like, the Ravens are fucking good. We're not right now. We're not really good, okay? So, but you're going to have that. You're going to have people get real. You have the certain Pittsburgh fan or media that they're really, they're not nice at all. They don't believe that they're ever supposed to lose or, have a off season so fast. So there's a time and place for that, but this season isn't that. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry, actually. There's no sorry. It's just, it's nonsense. It's nonsense. You're going to go after teams out there that really had no excuse, Go after, the Jets, go after these organizations that year after year give a bullshit product. And nobody calls them out. They're not held up high because the expectations aren't there. Nobody gives a fuck. But I'll keep going on about this. But yeah, the Steelers, and that's good that we have that. We do have a high expectation, and that's fine. That's the kind of team it is, an organization. But, you know, there are going to be seasons that happen like this. We've already been there if you've been around long enough. And if you've had just experience with Tomlin, you're too young or whatever to know the, years before or whatever. Man, you don't even know how lucky you got it compared to so many teams out there. Shit, 2 Super Bowls with Tomlin, 1 we didn't win. Okay, fine. Still didn't get we still had a chance all the way to the end of that game, which almost seemed like we shouldn't have, but we did. And we've had, I don't know how many playoffs with them. We haven't had any losing season. 2 8-8 records. I mean, out of 13 seasons or something, come on, man. It's ridiculous. And still, in a lot of those periods of, a lot of kind of mediocre guys. And some great guys. But, he had some transitional things going on. You had, the guys from the Cowher era going away. He's developing new talent. You have, all these different things going on. He's managed that this well. Along with the other coaching personnel, especially right now this year. I think Fichtner, I'm not going to shit on him. I think he did definitely the best he could for the situation. So I can't be hard on him like that. It was a similar thing that Haley went through in a similar type of situation. Yeah, it was the same thing. It was an 8-8 season, a lot of injuries. And I think Haley was thrown into it. That was maybe his first year at the time, if I'm not mistaken. And or second, or something like that. But, he did the best he could with the situation. So this is the same thing. And I don't know. I'm not going to be too extra on him because he did what he can do. The quarterbacks, they're out there to execute. So not every play worked. He was trying to keep morale going. I mean, there's a lot of shit going on. So we'll see, man. It's going to be, it's going to be interesting. I'm hopeful that Ben just can come back. That would be really nice. So I'm hoping to hear positive things from that situation. And then in the process, I'm sure they're going to do it, I would hope, but we'll see, is get a more solid season backup. And in that situation, it's going to let go of one of these guys, Hodges or Mason Rudolph. So kind of think Hodges might end up being the one that gets let go in that I don't know. Or they'll just get him to practice or some kind of way of keeping him around maybe. I don't know. I'm just getting ahead. Maybe none of that'll happen. Maybe the Steelers will just say, we're rolling with who we got. Ben's going to be fine, I mean, I think fans would be kind of worried, though. It would be like, please, no, we need somebody else. But these guys, let me tell you, they will. I feel like I'm sure they're going to, trust me, they're going to be working in their off season. If they know what's good for them, they're going to work hard. They're going to get a lot of little bullshit done to, improve. And they got to work on all this crap that they've, done. They're going to look it over. They're going to really drive themselves crazy about it. That's what you do. And then you get better. If they get the chance. That's the whole thing. We don't know if they'll get the chance, though, But I'm hopeful, like I said, if that's the situation, we have to rely on just who we have, then I think they can improve. They should improve, I would imagine. Yeah, man. So, we'll see how it goes. But, just hold for a sec. Alrighty. Back on here. Oh, so yeah, that's the end of the year scenario talk about the Steelers for me. Let's get into, let me jump into some other stuff. So, we'll jump into some NBA, I guess. I haven't looked at the scores just recently, but I'll just talk a little bit. So the Lakers, I'd say right now, they're getting a little bit of a wake-up call, I think, or having to get to that point. They have been sliding. I think they had a 4-game streak of losing. I don't know if they won. I think they might have won. I don't know. They might have just won, so they might be. I'm hopeful that they, for their sake, that they have. But yeah, it's this is what happens this time of year, and it's still, it's like, yeah, you got a nice little thing going on, but like at the same time, hey, there's a lot of good teams out there. They're gonna take it away from you. Lakers, it's very simple. They've had a lot of close games. They've been able to close them out in a lot of situations, and I think now they're, you're just getting teams to be able to, they're just trying to be able to be in those moments and take advantage and switch it, and try to take that away from them from closing out. So, defensively, the Lakers are going to have to be even that much better. I don't know what else they can do offensively. I think they're doing great. Maybe there are some things they got to clean up. I'm not going to sit there and break them down like that. I don't have the data. Haven't watched them enough. I could probably look up their stats real quick and kind of get a decent idea. They're probably turning over the ball. It's probably not helpful. That's usually another thing that happens all the time with teams when there's problems. And, missing dumb baskets, stuff like that. So it's just the beginning of the new year coming up. So you got a lot of time, a lot of talent out there, man. A lot of teams, a lot of talent, a lot of young guys trying to make their name too. So you just got to, stay aware. But hey, I'm going to stop for now, and I'm going to be back on shortly, guys. Hey, welcome back. Excuse me. It's January 1st, 2020, Wednesday, January 1st. So you will be getting this obviously a little off schedule as it's been this week, this last week, or just going into the second week, I should say. But if you've been following or you caught it, there was one dropped on Saturday. So not really that off, at this point. So, so anyways, guys, just going to jump on here. I'm just chilling out. I'm at a park nearby, taking a bit of just kind of enjoying the day. Have the day off, thankfully. I'm debating maybe to do some delivery because it's pretty busy out there. And it's really nice weather, so it's kind of like, it might not be bad. I'm not going to make I'm not going to make hundreds of dollars unless I would do a really long evening or something. But hey, I could make another. I could probably make a good 60 or 80 pretty quickly. So might not be a bad thing to do. Plus, it's something to kill some time with and not just fucking watch bullshit. I don't know. Get you out of the house, essentially. Not that I'm even at home that much. I'm at work a lot if you listen. Outside. Yeah, whatever. Like everybody. Real fucking excited. So 2020, guys. New decade, new year. So it does make it a little extra special going into a new decade. What are my thoughts? I'm gonna, I don't know, man. I just, 2019 has been had a lot of mixed things going on with that year. From people dying. I had, close people dying in the beginning and just now at the end recently. Early last year I lost my job. Actually, I'm going on that anniversary in a couple more days. So, but then, I've had all these great things, a lot of work last year, working with different new companies, and also now recently in the last couple months or so, just over 2 months now, and I've got a really, really awesome job with a great company. Not going to be specific, but at least for now, it's just my own reason. There's no legal or any thing like that. I'm just obviously I try to share, but I don't try to share every detail maybe sometimes. So anyways, that's that. But yeah, I do film restoration, so it is on a film lot, very great one. But I'll leave it at that for now, But yeah, that's been fantastic. Really looking forward to this year. It seems very promising. And yeah, I think it's gonna work. I think it's gonna be awesome. As far as the work, it's all very, it's going really well. The thing is, I'm now at a point. It's time for me to reach another level in different things, whether it's my, skill set with my job, in terms of getting into different tools and different, just being able to do different work and be, obviously in that pursuit, hopefully make even more money than I'm currently making. So just going further. That if there's something I've kind of regret, if you want, I don't really regret, but partially do, is you get complacent. You don't mean to. You're working, you're surviving, and all that. But at the same time, there's no excuse to stay too complacent. Especially if you have a steady time of things, which I've had over these years. It hasn't been just totally crazy or something and stressful, job stressful. It's been actually pretty smooth most of the way here. Some bumps and stuff, but nothing I can't handle. But yeah, within that, all that being said, I'm just at a point I want to challenge myself more this year is where I'm going. I think I have been doing that a little bit here and there over the last few years, really. If I'm going to be truly honest, I really have done that, but now it's just, it's just more of it. I don't know what to say. It's just more of it, and, I don't know. That's all. I don't want to go too trying to be grandiose per se, man. It's, we like to think big. You're going to do a bunch of things in a year, and you really can, and you do more than you think, probably, quite honestly. If I stop and think about a whole year, it's a lot. And doing this podcast helps a lot, because if I probably did listen over my last year and listen through each podcast, it's not that I'm going to learn about all the different things I was doing, because I don't necessarily document my life that way. Even though I do talk about it here and there, I'm really talking sports and things like that. But in doing that process, I would listen and be like, wow, look at all the talking I did. Look at all these podcasts, That's quite a bit. Through the whole year, I did probably I should do an actual count. I probably could find, it's not that much. It's I probably did, 2019, it's got to be about 50, 60 podcasts maybe. So that's a pretty good amount, It's not crazy. It's not, it's not big numbers. Rogan and those guys, they're doing hundreds because, they're obviously Rogan on his own. He's easily doing 4 times the amount, or 3 to 4 times what I do, and has a mega reach like nobody's business, which is fucking awesome. Really, really awesome. And I'm not in that league, but and nobody's saying anything about like being in that, but any podcaster would probably, you're going to pull up certain people and kind of point them out. But I'm proud of what I've done. I got I've had a great year this year as far as numbers. It seems to keep growing, definitely not as aggressive as I would like, but I know why. I know what I got to do. I'm not ignorant to that. I know what I got to do, and it's all good, man. It's all good. I'm totally appreciative of all the listeners, or any of you guys. If you listen, I don't know how much you guys listen to it. Maybe you listen to a half hour, maybe some it's in and out. I don't know. You know what I mean? Or not. Or you guys are like, shit, no, I listened to the whole thing. So it's like, all right, doesn't truly matter. I just appreciate it either way, because I know you guys are looking forward to it. You guys are looking, listening, and it shows. And I do see that, and I appreciate it. And shout out to all you everywhere in the world. Canada, my supporters in Mexico, Europe, Asia, Australia, Japan, Norway, you name it, Belgium. If I'm not naming you guys, I'm trying to give you at least some props to the region. And of course here in the US, most importantly, in California. Thanks again. But that's what's going down right now. So yeah, that's what's going on. And excuse me. But yeah, so New Year's Eve, I ended up having to end up working, regular shift, nothing, no special deal, it was just, you want to work, go for it, But it was fun. It actually went really quick, and I still got out, I get out at like 7:30, so it's not like big deal. That's what, almost 5 hours till midnight. So yeah, so I just did that, got home, and talked to my cousin for a while, and then I was having some beer, and and then after that I went to a local bar called the Norwood, and got to ring in the new year. I got there, I was there like just an hour, maybe. That was it. But it was perfect, because it's really close. And it's always, it's a good crowd. In my experience that I've been, it's always, the service is always really good. No problems, no weirdness. Professional, you know what I'm saying? But fun. And you can let loose and come as you are, and nobody gives a fuck. It's actually good, man. That's what I get from it. I have a good time. It's local people around the way, and it's just nice, man. It's just nice to have that. So it was just off the cuff, man. That's all it was. And there was another thing I wanted to do, quite honestly, this party, but didn't make it happen. That's on me at the end of the day. But there's other stuff coming up, man. It's just the beginning, so I'm not gonna, not gonna trip too much. Besides, I'm really, I can't party like I used to, that's for sure. So I have to keep it simple, and even with that, I'm still even having to, I'm just trying to be that much better and careful. I'm not trying to do the most. No shots here. I'm not doing any crazy stuff. I just have some beer, man, but I'm keeping it low and simple. But you could still have a great time, man. Everything's cool, and you could have fun without it too, man. Honestly, you don't have to even drink. You just have to have a certain mindset, and, you know, some people, I can understand too, a lot of people are like, oh, it's hard to be around drunk people if you're not drinking, and I agree. I think that's definitely real, but I've had plenty of times where I've been sober and been around somebody really drunk, or I'm not sober, but I'm not as drunk as somebody, or not even as close, and, you know, they're pretty tipsy. I've had but it isn't always fun. I'm not gonna lie. You know, some people, when they're really in a bad way, it's like, you know, you're kind of like concerned for them, and you're like, you okay? You know. But my point is that, you know, whatever you're doing, maybe you're getting your party on, you like getting drunk, and it's whatever, but just, you know, just be careful. You know, it can creep up on you and things, and, you know, it does have its point where you can't, you know, none of us, if you partied a lot or you drank, you know, there's a point. You can't keep really doing it for the rest of your life, at a level at least, you know what I'm saying? And, but it's okay. It's okay. I'm cool with it. I've already tapered on it, quite, I would say, you know, over some time now. Not as much as I probably should have, though, to be honest. At a certain point now, it's definitely come a long way, but, you know, I'm just sharing this with any of you guys, you know, like I said, in case maybe you're struggling, maybe it's really hard, you can't, you know. For me, I'm cool. Like, I could go without it. I can, if I drink, I could have the 2 beers and leave it at that, and have water, and, you know, be normal. You know what I mean? I could do it. It's no problem. I usually just go to bed is what happens. You know, it's at the end of the night type thing a lot of times. And yeah, it can be helpful. You just kind of get relaxed. But, you know, at the same time, you know, depending on health things, you got to be careful. So for me, I have to, you know, I kind of gotten to where I got to definitely I've gotten where I got to be more careful. Plus right now, you know, I got to get back on my weight again. You know, actually today looked and I was like, oh, kind of disappointed, to say the least. I didn't think I would be as much, which I'm like, damn, but that's all right. It's going to give me a goal, and I'm already heading in that direction anyways. You know, and that's the thing, I don't know, because I haven't weighed for quite a while, unfortunately, and, which that was dumb on me. I mean, you don't have to weigh yourself much, but I've really, like, left it alone for a minute, which is stupid, and, so there's a chance, because I feel like I have lost some, so, you know, maybe I was even higher, I don't know, but anyways, I'm just, sharing it with you guys. We all, you know, these are all the things, the New Year's, you know, people talk, we want to change and we want to get better, and it's always about that. So, I can only share what I'm trying to do and what I am doing, really, not just trying, but, you know, just sharing where I'm going right now. So, but yeah, it's time for me to, I'm going to be doing some working out. I've been good at walking. I definitely do a pretty good amount, but that's just not enough at all. But it doesn't mean stop doing it. I'm just gonna add. So I'm gonna just get right back to it. Definitely, it's overdue. I fell off the working out almost coming up on 4 years. So that's really, which has been interesting, because recently I just was thinking about, you know, phases in my life where, okay, I did this for this many years, I did this much working out, or I was kind of pretty active and all that. And then the chunks where you're like, oh, that's where I've slipped, you know, and so it's pretty self-evident, you know, for me at least, like, yeah, that's where my weight goes up. That's where, you know, it's not good, man. It's not. it's not, it's obvious that I need to be more active, and it's fine. It's all good. It's one of those things, and once I get going, I love it. I feel, and especially now, man, I'm at that point. It's like, I'm older, and you could say old in some ways, even though being in your 40s isn't that way out, but depending on how old you are, yeah, that's a bit up there, But I feel, I know I still feel and look like younger. I have some youth years, but if I don't, exercise and push it or try, then yeah, you're gonna waste it and you're just not gonna enjoy. So can't do that at all. So but good things are, I'm able to go upstairs pretty breezy. I don't lose my breath like that. Yeah, that's my report. My little bit of self-assessment, and trying to be just giving you some honest shit, man. I bet you're going through it yourself right now, whatever it is, Everybody has something you're trying to change. Maybe you're trying to gain weight. Some people have a hard time. I wish I didn't, or I wish I had that some of that problem. It's just funny how it is with our bodies and what triggers them and all that good stuff. So, but hey, I'm gonna get off right now, and I'll be back later. All right, guys, jumping back in. Just getting into the early evening. It's as soon as it hits night, it feels so much later. But it's not even 5:30, just a few minutes before 5 on this wonderful New Year's Day edition. Continuing on, I know I was just talking there before. I was near a park. I was probably talking a little more quiet. Now I'm in my car, but yeah, so it was nice. That was a nice walk. A little earlier. That was just like a couple hours ago. And yeah, I just wanted to. Now it's like, let me go out. I need to get outside. I need to get out of the house. I'm just, right now I've been alone. My wife's out at the moment. But yeah, I just need that. I need a little stimulation to the evening, or whatever. Plus, it's just a nice day. It was great weather. I'm here. It's LA. Go take advantage of it. You know what I mean? Got to do a lot more of that this year. A lot more. I think I've slacked hard, man, on little certain outings and things like that. I need to, treat myself a little more. But, oh wow, they're going to do some work on this road. Okay, that's good. Glad I didn't turn there. Yeah, that's good. Another road they're going to fucking pave up. That's great, man. Hopefully they keep that going. Yeah, overall in my area, I have to say the roads they've improved them, and it's not bad. There's a lot of roads around here that are actually pretty good. It's just, as you've heard me talk at times, but it's always good to see that. That's great, especially New Year. Like, oh, okay, cool. Oh man, so just driving through the neighborhood here, people got their Christmas lights still up. Better take them shits down. Oh man, yeah, there's a decent amount. What? Yeah, I would say I didn't. You know what? I didn't go out and seek out and see a bunch of Christmas lights and stuff, but there was a fair share. And honestly, too, I'm on the film lot. They had it really Christmassy there for the party, this, that, the other. So, yeah, I got a dose. Even though this was the first time in a long time that I could remember I didn't get a tree. I know there was a while back I feel like I did, but maybe it had. I don't know. Mostly always have had a tree for a long time here. Just no real particular reason. I don't know. It just the shit happened in the holiday. It's just a lot to talk about. Yeah, so no biggie though, man. I just again, I want to change some of that coming up. Yeah, I don't plan on not having a tree again. It's just, things happen sometimes. You don't get one. But like I said, our house was still, there was some Christmas to it because of the way it already looks and the colors and all that. So, it's all good. It's all good, man. But it is funny, man. It's something about when you're used to having a certain way and then you don't. And it's like, man, it's just funny how that is. But, I was going to say, so yeah, I know I'm talking, going to be getting into the playoffs here. Got to talk about that. Really interesting, scenarios that can happen. A lot of talk about. I mean, it's first time I've seen it to this extent. People really not giving the Patriots their dues, and they're, already writing them off. Pretty astounding in a way because it's Tennessee Titans, but that is a good team, so people aren't necessarily wrong. It's just, we'll see what happens. You got to play the game. Yeah, man, it's going to be a trip. It's going to be an absolute trip to see what happens. But I hope it does happen that way. I hope that the Patriots get knocked right out. Don't even have to think about that, and then let the rest of it play out however that be. But some great teams, man. It's just a lot of chances for somebody to finally get their Super Bowl. You do have the Niners floating around there, and franchise-wise, they do have 5. So they're on their quest for 6. Which, you know what? I'd much rather I wish they already did get their 6 at this point, to be honest. But, yeah, I wouldn't be mad at that, It's been many, many, many years for them, so that's how it is, man. Steelers, it's not the old days, man. We had a good run there where 4 titles was badass, 5 was great, 6 was so, really, really good. Now with the Patriots and all that, it's like, got a ways to go here. We have to get some like back-to-backs real quick. That would be really the next one. If we could get a back-to-back championship run, and get 8, oh man, that would be fucking awesome, dude. Yeah, that would be awesome. A very hard feat, and only the Patriots have been the team in recent years to do it. I think they did it twice. So, say what you want. I mean, that's pretty insane. Yeah, any sport back-to-back is fucking insane, let alone football. Football is really hard. I think they're all really hard. The NBA, yeah, the NBA, there's definitely, not everybody gets to do back-to-backs, let alone get a title. So, yeah, it's pretty insane. Right now, the Raptors have their chance in the NBA. I don't know if they really have it though, man. They do have a good squad there and shit, but there's a lot of competition, man. So we'll see. Got a ways to go. Lakers seem to pick it back up. I didn't see the last game they played, but looks like they've gotten things back on track a little, so that's good. That's a good sign. It doesn't mean they're having a big problem or anything like that. So hopefully they can keep maintaining and have just have a solid season, basically. Let alone, go all the way and win it all again. Since first time it would be since 2011, I think. I think that was the last one. Yeah, I think it was. Damn, that's a long time, man. Almost 10 years. Yeah, gotta start thinking like that. It's the 20s. It is officially the 20s. You could say it just like that, too. The 10s into the 20s. 10s is weird, and then it's a teen. It's like, it's not really 10s, it's like, turns into teens more so, because it's like 10, 11, 12, 13, and then the rest of the way, you know what I mean? 10s, and it's like, you got two kind of pieces of a decade, 10s and the teens. But the 20s is going to be just the 20s, straight up. Yeah, man, it's definitely another year, going into another era, if you want to go further ahead and look at it that way, up till 2030. We got crazy politics like never seen before in this country. People would say, oh, it's so divided and all that. I guess it is. I mean, in some sense, I guess it is. I can't say it isn't, but I think it's, to me, if it's not clear enough at this point, it's driven by media when it comes to a lot of that. But people also, if they're hardcore one way or the other. But we're in a very crazy time. We got a president that seems to just not have to deal with any consequences, just like he's had in his life thus far. It just seems that way. Although things are perhaps changing. Yeah, it's going to be fucking crazy, but it's an election year, and you got to get them out any way you can, I guess. So we'll see, man. So that's going to be heating up more. Bernie's doing great. A lot of these other candidates kind of whacked out. You got Bloomberg just really out of touch and not going to do too well in this climate. I think Biden, surprisingly, is doing pretty damn good considering. And then the rest, it just gets confusing from there, like Yang, I think, is interesting. It is a lot of, it gets split, gets real split up. But when it's all shake out in the primaries or whatever, I think Bernie's going to end up being the guy. I feel strong about that. He's got such a, it seems strange if he didn't this time, because he's got a great base, and it's only gotten larger. He's got the experience with this now, pretty obviously since the last time, and I think he's on a pulse of a lot of things that people do want, and he can actually he does get people that are on the right to look at things different. He does get people like that. Not everybody, but yeah, we'll see. I'm just hopeful. Even if we did get him, it would be, it's not like all roses are going to fall everywhere. Everything's going to be just perfect. No. There's going to be a lot of, there's going to be a lot of things going on, and people are going to be upset or whatever. But life goes on, to be honest. That's the thing. You might see things on TV and all that, but outside of that, you got to go out and live life. You got to work. You got to survive. You got, enjoy it. Go and travel and, all types of shit. So don't get caught up in the bullshit, man. I know. I'm going to be doing that Jamaican a bit. I hope it's okay. I think I do a pretty good version of it. And I hope I'm not, piss somebody off or something. Don't take it like that. I'm doing it out of all respect, actually. Really, I'm doing it because watching Ross Kitchen, as I've mentioned. Shout out to Ross Kitchen. I'll keep shouting you guys out. I'm gonna get Matthew on this year. Watch, I'm gonna get him on the podcast. I'm gonna be getting I'm going to be getting a lot of people on, period. I'm going to put that in the universe right now to get that clear right now. Actually, you know, I'm going to do a different drive instead of just the freeway here. I'm here going into Hollywood. I'm at Universal, but I'm going to go into the hills. Yeah, man. Go drive in the hills here for a second. I'll just go this way. Yeah, there's a nice little drive here I'm going to take. Beautiful scene. You can see the city really, really nice. Really nice spot. So, yeah, it's just, these are little things, guys. I'm just sharing here, man. Just little things like this. Going for a drive, seeing a little scenery. It's good, man. Go out somewhere. Go to a place. Don't have to get drunk. You know, don't gotta be crazy. Not at all, man. Just fucking go enjoy. Don't gotta be, you know, oh, crazy drivers, oh, New Year's, you know. I'm just talking out things like, do you guys get hung up on, like, making decisions or like, oh, I'm gonna go out somewhere, you know? I do. I don't know. I do sometimes, man. I'll get stuck and I'll be thinking, and then it's like, next thing you know, it's like, oh, you missed that opportunity. What are you doing? Because you just sat there thinking on it too much, you know? So I'm trying to get a lot more away from that, man. And this is right now I'm practicing it right now. Not thinking about too much, not sitting there going, oh, the gas. None of that shit. Nope, just go and fucking live. Go out and live a little bit. And with that, like I said again, doesn't have to be anything way out at all. Oh, man. But yeah, I'm definitely going to be getting some good guests this year. That's the plan. Gotta make that happen, so stay tuned. What else is going on? That's about it. Gonna be back to work tomorrow and continuing. Not on the weekend. Sorry, I had to swig a little water there. Not on the not on the weekend. I'm not. At least I don't plan to just yet. I might do something. You never know. But kind of trying to ease a little bit because I think this next week I'm just gonna the other place is gonna fucking be, you know, like, hey, we're ready. So I got to get ready for that. Not not burn myself out just yet because I'm gonna have a lot going on, and even my current place too. You know, so yeah, I'm getting things going. I got some decision to make with possibly taking some courses, a little bit of school, so to speak. So I gotta determine what I'm gonna do with that. I wish it was a little bit faster. Although there's a couple courses I was looking at. One would be fast. It would literally just take a weekend, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do that particular one. So I'm a little bit of just trying to make a decision on that. I don't have to go do this, but it's like, wouldn't be a bad time to do it. Or that, I could wait till the next semester. I don't know. But I'm just in those. That's where I'm talking about. See that what do I want to say? Indecisiveness. Yeah, I gotta be. Yeah, just gotta work on some of those things a little bit harder. So, but the one thing is, once I do make that decision, I definitely do it. I'm good with that. So, yeah. Driving up those hills right now. Going up the curves. Let's see if I'm going to see the city good. I should. From the other side, I see it good. I just don't usually go this direction. Oh yeah, you're gonna see it just the same. You gotta just watch these curves, though. I can't fucking just look at the city. I have to actually pay attention here. Yeah, the other one coming down is a bit better, I think. This is, well, we'll see when we come up here. But, oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, I'm right off Cahuenga, going into the hills. Famous area up here called Runyon Canyon. Basically, I'm kind of going past that, or near that. And, yeah, it's a great drive. Definitely a lot of tours around here. The bus tours and stuff, they come up here. Because there's just a really, really great view, especially at night. But the tours, they come mostly in the day. They don't really come here at night. There's probably, well, no, there's not even it's just probably more of a thing of, like, people in the day. There's probably more action in the daytime to get those people that want to do the tour. You know, I don't know. I just thought of that. I wonder why there wouldn't be nighttime tour. There might be, though. Okay, this is still open? Okay. Little lookout here. That's good. So, beautiful night. People trying to check out stuff. Definitely, that's cool. There's some other people up here. So it's, yeah. It's really nice, though, man. Great first day of the year here in LA. 56 degrees, it says. It feels good out, really. It feels nice. Probably got up to, definitely, I think it got up to 70 or so. If it didn't, it was pretty close. But, yeah, much more comfortable. I'm not feeling cold anymore. Kind of pretty used to it. We're going to get some colder nights, though, I think. This is, like, pretty decent, 50s for the nighttime. But, I think it's going to get to the 40s here soon. And, it's going to be, you know, that's pretty normal, though. This time of year, it's absolutely normal. But those are going to still be, like, good days. Like, we're going to be getting some 70. It's just going to be those big, like, kind of swings where it goes from pretty warm, kind of little warm to, you know, oh, shit, it's freezing. So, just that kind of weather. Desert style. Now I'm going down the hill, up and down, up and down. Yeah, this is cool, though. It's a good road. It's not a bad route. You know, it's not too heavily trafficked. You know, there's not a lot of people that necessarily take this route. So, yeah, it's kind of what's funny around this city, man. You can, as much as there's traffic and such, especially at night, though, like, you get in some neighborhoods and stuff, and it's like nobody's around, it seems. It could be interesting. You're like, wow, there's like nobody here. And also, you get a little bit of nature in some spots. Wouldn't seem like there would be. You know, it's a very eclectic city for sure. So, talking to anybody, I'm saying that for anybody, you want to come visit LA, definitely recommend it. And also, just so you know, you guys, if you're, especially guys, or I don't know, women too, but mostly this would be for guys probably, but if it's just you, or you're with friends or something, it's not a couples thing, or something where you want to be fancy, hey, if you don't mind roughing a little bit, there's a lot of hostels around this city you can stay at, and it's really cheap. You'd be surprised, like $30 a day stuff, you know, and even less maybe. So definitely just giving you a tip on that. And it doesn't mean you could still treat yourself to a nicer place, but maybe to give you a little room, you know, maybe half the trip you stay at a hostel, the other half or a couple nights you stay at a real, upscale place, or just a decent spot, you know. But I would definitely recommend whatever you want to do. You got Airbnbs now, of course, another great option. You could definitely find good rates there. Just depends where it's going to be. But yeah, it's not as expensive as you think it is, or it doesn't have to be. You just got to figure out your budget and then just go from there. And then you'll see how long you could probably stay and all that good stuff. Food gets a little costly. Now that can get costly, but you could mitigate that with maybe eating from the stores and making maybe some of your own sandwiches, or whatever. There's ways that you could keep that down. It doesn't have to be crazy either. But if you're just going to go to this place to eat and that place to eat, yeah, it's going to add up. But there's a lot of great, there's a lot of cheap kind of alternatives or places. So, yeah, everything's at your, at your reach now. We all have these phones. We all have some. You could figure out things really simple. It's so much better. Years ago, you really had to know what the fuck you were getting into and where you were at, and I'd say it was a bit more, a little less, a little more mystery. Whereas nowadays, it's less and less, which good and bad. All right. Oh, that's some cool lights there. Not many lights up here, guys, to be honest. This whole, at least what I can see, and I'm not light hunting. I know it's the first, but most people still would have their lights up if they did put them up. And this is, this is all pretty big money. These are all $1 million places I've pretty much been passing, but multi-million-dollar places, not just million. Some of these, yeah, they're a bit up there. But yeah, not too many lights. People don't want to hassle with it. I don't blame them. And plus, too, a lot of these places are kind of, not necessarily like you could see them. They're kind of walled up and there's, trees and shit. So, but I don't know. I do feel like there were more, there was a time that there was, I think people definitely did put more lights. I think that's definitely different. I think it is. It may not be. Maybe it's been like this longer than you'd think. Oh man, but yeah, it's a little dim around here on that front. Oh, let's see here. We're gonna hit La Brea. I just cut through the mountain there, essentially. And, yeah, it was cool. As you could hear, there was no big deal with traffic at all. It's real nice out right now. Yeah, right now, I'm running into a little bit, but, man, it's totally manageable. This is normal. Yeah, very typical for here. And speaking of places to stay, I'll give a shout out to this motel, the 777 on La Brea, because I had a cousin stay here this last October. And, yeah, they stayed 2 nights, I think. Right off La Brea in Hollywood, man. And, yeah, they're nice. Like, they've remodeled them. Nothing real crazy, but all, you got the TV, everything you need. And, people that seem to run it, they're nice people. And I think they were pretty much like $100 a night, give or take, So, yeah, it's definitely, for a location, you pretty much can't beat it. You're right here in Hollywood, so, and, getting to other parts of the city from here too, it's not that hard. Yeah, basically just you have an Uber. You just make sure to have Uber while you're here. Your apps work. You have Uber on your fucking phone. You're all set. Probably Lyft, but you could just have one or the other. It doesn't matter. And what else? Yeah, you just if you have a couple things, you're set, man. It's so much easier these days, man. You don't have to. Man, it's a lot different. Yeah, if you travel out here years ago, it's like the rental, you could still get a rental car too, and I wouldn't say not to. If you have a good bit of time, I would say get a rental. You don't have to get it for the whole time, just get it for maybe half of the time. and do that whole thing, and really, you know, you could go drive the coast, like pick some things beforehand, you know what I mean, like that. And yeah, just go and do that, and then little sightsees, you know, and then the rest of the time you can just do Uber, and you're going to be pretty satisfied, I think, to be honest. So it's so much better, man, so much better. What do we got? Oh, here's Crazy Girls. I'm going past Crazy Girls. They're not open just yet. That's going on 6 p.m. Yeah, they open late. Yeah, they go till like 4. They're like 4 in the morning type spot. World famous Crazy Girls. Been there for quite a long. I don't know how long, but it's probably going on 40 years at least now. 1980s 40, right? So that's crazy. The 80s kids are going to be 40. Yeah, that's some of my cousins. Definitely coming up on it. But what was I gonna say? But yeah, Crazy Girls has been here for probably around that era. If it's not 1980, it's somewhere around there. And but as of recent, I would say this last 2 years, maybe a little more than that at this point. You could go to their Instagram. It's one of the, if you like strippers or just pretty girls or whatever, some parties, just crazy fun, basically. Crazy Girls, man, that's a good Instagram. And it's really, they because on the story they really keep it up every night. But they're also it's a lot of positive on there. It's not all like, it's not ratchet stuff. It's not people getting into fights. No. They're making money. It's a business. Yeah, people are making money. It's amazing. Shout out and kudos to all them, all the Crazy Girls and whoever else, the security and everybody who works there. Looks like they've created a cool, it's a pretty good environment. I mean, I think a place like that, and there's some other ones, I think the strip culture it's changed a bit here, it's better. It's definitely, because that place for a time, I think it was definitely going downhill. And, whoever was running shit, it wasn't good. And, but I only went there like the last time I stepped in there was over 15 years for sure. Yeah, it's been some time. It's been some time for sure. Let's see what I want to get food-wise. I'm definitely wanting to get something to eat. There's a lot of places I'm just passing that are fantastic, but don't want to keep passing anywhere. No. Yeah, just trying to see what I want to do. Yeah, I'm here on Sunset now. It's great. There is nobody out, guys. It is light traffic. It's fucking awesome, man. Yeah, this would be pretty busy on it, like tomorrow or like a regular weekday around this time. Yeah, it would be pretty, definitely a bit more traffic. But yeah, it's nice right now. I love it. That's one thing I'm happy. As much as LA has gotten more and more people, it is still like this on these times, these times of the year. This time of the year, I should say. We get a bit of a break, and it makes a difference for sure. Oh man. Well, anyways, I'm gonna wrap up this podcast for now. This first one of the 2020. I hope all of you had a great New Year's, and it's starting good for you. And keep it going that way, you know what I mean, guys? So, Be back later.